Wow, deja vu. Seems like I just saw you guys not 15 minutes ago. Welcome to the second part of our fundraising effort this Saturday. This is gonna be a movie that I haven't seen yet. I mean, it just I wanted to wait to watch it with a group of people. So this is Roadhouse. This is the remake of Roadhouse. And before we get started, let's bring in
what's going on,
Patreon.
squad?
Hello, how you guys doing?
Try squad up.
Before we get started, we are currently at $10,200 of a now adjusted goal of 15,000.
Pull it up, boy.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now, and so this will stay up on the screen for the remainder of the stream, and that's what we're here for. So we're here to have some fun, but at the same time, we have a goal. So if you've already donated and you can't donate anymore, that's fine. If you can just put this link, and the link is should be tied to the top of the chat. If it's not, I'll take care of that right now. And there is the oops, I want to do that one.
Numbers has got a question about the original Roadhouse. I've seen it, but a very long time ago. Kind of a shame. It's like my uncle's favorite movie of all time. So,
yeah,
he spent some time as a bouncer. So, yeah. Now that's also, I want to piggyback on that. Has anybody in the chat or the stream or anybody seen this movie yet? Because I have not. I didn't even know it was out yet.
I have not.
I've seen it.
Okay. Is Brad joining us, or is he?
Yeah, he's about to join in a couple seconds here.
Do we know if he's seen it?
Yeah, he saw it. He saw it as soon as it came on.
All right, Brad. Make sure you start about 15 seconds. Start 15 seconds after the rest of us, Brad. And then you don't got to switch nothing up and be right on time.
So,
William, can you drop Erin the link? I think
I did. I sent it to her on a message.
Oh, did you? Thank you.
Yeah, I sent her a message.
Erin said she had a blackout or something, so she missed out last stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Good to
push
have
the little thing. Hold on. Here you go, Erin. You are all set. Thought I had sent you one already, but I had not. All right. I am obviously Amazon Prime is where it's at. So everybody, if you're ready, let me know. I'll let Erin get in and get on.
Give me a second here to get everything situated, if you wouldn't mind, William.
I'm going to take care of a customer. I'm going to give you guys about 3 or 4 minutes, and then then we'll go ahead and go. And that's
so numbers has seen it. Larry's in the camp with me as a person who's not seen it. We gotta just watch everything the day before it comes out, Larry, just so we can stay caught up with everybody here. Shit.
Yeah, we're like old hands at this already. So
you know what I'm saying? How you doing, Fourth?
Doing good.
I didn't hear your voice last time, but we definitely had you here in spirit. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah. No, you couldn't pay me to get on a rival stream, so I just said I'll do everybody justice, and I'll just see my way out and wait for the next one.
You missed the classic, man. Come on.
Numbers also says that the original is on Amazon Prime, and then Aaron's also in my club of hasn't seen it yet. So me, William, Aaron, Brad has seen it.
Having the original on Amazon Prime is just another part of their trap.
What trap now?
Well, it's kind of what you say about like associated content. What's more associated than the movie that this is based on?
Everybody but Warner Brothers gets this. I don't know why it's so hard.
Hey, Brad, real shit though. I know I give you shit about spoiling, but one thing I do want you to have commentary on, since we're watching a martial arts based movie, I wouldn't call it a full martial arts movie, but since we're going to be watching combat, you gotta give us a couple of
MMA.
Couple of little pointers on what we're seeing. You know what I mean? Just give us a little tip where we might have seen it, and where where kind of, if you've touched on it, or what's the real
raid.
Yeah, you might as well get that out the way now.
I mean, we boil it down to the raid a lot, but the man has done 21 years, multiple martial arts, right?
Well, and Erin also, she's no slouch either. So.
Well then, yeah. So hey, Aaron, how you doing? So feel free to comment on what I asked for too, Aaron, because I'm definitely interested. So.
Sure. Brad is only allowed 2 raids per hour.
2 what per hour?
2 raid mentions per hour.
Oh, okay. He's got a limit for the swear jar.
So I'll probably
you'll probably break that at the credits.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Give me a second here. I'm having an issue.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Spider-Man has to actually sign up for Amazon first.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta
mail.
They gave me 2 stupid ads for Civil War.
I got to mail
was-
my Amazon application.
That was cool though when I saw Ruth, when I
Alright.
saw you post that you had seen it, because I was wondering anybody else in the audience had seen it before tonight, and you did, and it's like, oh yes, it's like I'm really enjoying the response, because I really had a lot of fun with this when I pulled it up on very late Wednesday, pretty much Thursday morning.
I was actually surprised at how good it actually was. I didn't really go in with any kind of expectations, if you know what I mean. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah. Well, and I'm a big fan of the original, so it's. I mean, I definitely had I mean, I try to when it comes to remakes and and William's favorite term, reboots, I try to be as open-minded going into things as I can, but of course also I did have I was level set at like a certain here's like
I wouldn't stay in this one. Yeah, I wouldn't stay in this one with the word reboot. This is
Reimagining. Reboot is
it's
stupid
actually
and lazy,
very,
right?
it's actually reimagining.
reboot
probably
is synonymous with failure.
If
we're all in agreement, though, that this is not a failure, then we don't want to use the word reboot, because reboot is the same word as failure. So let's not do that.
You're actually doing language police right now in America, William. I gotta have to push back and assert my First Amendment rights. I don't know. Maybe Ruth and Aaron don't have to.
This ain't right there. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Say what now?
You guys are.
I said, what word would we use to describe this? I put this in the same category as The Crow.
I think reimagining is actually even more apt for the Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse, than the remake would be, because you'll see anybody who's seen the original kind of understand why as the movie goes on, but it does it takes like the foundational concept of the original of a bouncer named Dalton cleaning up this Roadhouse and finding himself battling
it's a remake.
Crime boss.
Technically,
yeah, but
it is a
but from those it's like it had that's like its skeleton, but it puts like a whole new like kind of body on it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
So
Larry points.
Is it the same character's name? Is it the same character's name?
Yeah, he's still called Dalton, although they give him a new first name. His full name is Elwood Dalton in this. They never in the original they never called him. He's only referred to as Dalton, but I think some like either like in the script or like even in like the Roadhouse 2, like the straight to video sequel that came out in like 2006, I think they revealed that his full name was James Dalton, Patrick Swayze's character. But yeah, Gyllenhaal's in this version. His full name is Elwood Dalton, but of course everybody just calls him Dalton.
Oh, okay.
Larry points out
Legend was in there. Yeah.
Larry points out that Gyllenhaal and Swayze worked together with each other on Donnie Darko. William, Brad, Forth, Ruth, are you guys fans of Donnie Darko? Aaron, are you a fan of Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
I've not actually seen the film.
An odd movie, but it's an acquired taste. I don't,
yeah.
I've even seen the unfortunate sequel to
the sequel, S. Darko.
I don't recognize.
Kind of like American Mary, the American Psycho sequel they made.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, I guess we're good to. Yeah, I guess we're good for content. Everybody in the chat ready to go?
Yeah,
I don't know how Amazon stalls and everything. So like when I walk away, but somebody keep the timestamp. I'm at 0, so
yeah, I'm at 0
ready?
too.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go 3. I'm gonna count to 3. All right, 3, 2, 1, and play.
Okay, so this movie is a lot like The Raid in the sense.
That's one. All right. So we're getting the MGM logo with the lion situated.
Yeah.
After it's break, that's to donate.
100 years of entertainment.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll probably kind of open it. Oh, go ahead.
I said I don't know if Brad's version of
we're starting out right. Damn.
Yeah.
Brad's gonna jump ahead of us.
I remember seeing
Post Malone. Yeah, my
Is
ass.
that Post Malone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Post Malone. Yeah.
It was probably not that tough, but
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
wow, he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. Of course, it's Jessica.
Yeah, a lot of weight.
I remember first seeing her when she was on The Daily Show. Wonder if she'll come back now that Jon Stewart has.
Well, he's only back for a day a week. So.
Yeah, but still, it's like it'd be kind of cool, like have some kind of reunion. A lot of the old correspondents, maybe like brought Ed Helms and Steve Carell and even like Colbert back. So I guess I'll kind of start off.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aaron.
You know what I'm blown away by?
What's that?
That's Post Malone going into country music now.
Yeah,
And he's really good
yeah.
at it too.
So it's Beyonce.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and kind of start off tonight with asking everybody like what's both on the panel and the chat kind of how you everybody's, I'm assuming, has seen the original Roadhouse, but like what was your impression of it, or like what's kind of been your relationship with it? The original Patrick Swayze Roadhouse.
Never saw it.
You know, back in that day, it was just a movie that we saw.
It was. I
but it was
thought
good.
it was amazing that he diverted away from the whole dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, throughout this movie, there's some weird CGI stuff happening with the punches and the fights. I don't know. I found
I'm picking it up too.
They you'll notice that as it goes on, they do some really interesting stuff with the camera. And it's kind of going what I was telling William the other night.
Not even just that. Stallone was punching the guy. It was like cuts while he was punching in full frame. It was weird.
Well, it's part of that's also, it's like they'll have like a lot of times they'll have like a green screen kind of pad for the guy to actually punch, and they bring the opponent back and have them just kind of mime getting punched, so they can actually mimic people taking hits to the face without actually having to take punches.
Oh, okay, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's our intro to our extremely ripped Dalton here. But yeah, kind of going back to the original, because I first saw it when I was like 16 back in high school. And I think other than Point Break, I think it was like Ghost and Point Break. That was where I first kind of met Patrick Swayze as a performer. And of course, Roadhouse, very different kind of as Aaron said, he's going down a very different kind of path with that. But right off the bat, go ahead.
On his physique, master of physique here, but
this is funny.
Yeah, I love that. He's so tough. They only even like a guy twice his size doesn't want to fight him.
This is freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Oh no, it gets better. Wait till they get out in the parking lot here.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Hashtag Brad spoiler.
We should have a banner along the bottom.
That's why you gotta start 10 seconds behind us, Brad.
So anyway, Dalton's about to snap a guy's neck here, just like in the raid, and no, but that happens.
Brad, obviously, to ask you, what was your comparison between obviously the original movie and this one? Like, what did you feel as if it was a better take?
I really was impressed with with this one. I saw it a couple nights ago, and I would put these two about neck and neck, because they're and this will become clear as it goes on. It's like they're I mean, the foundation for both of them is Dalton himself. Yeah, just he's just their foundation obviously is they're starting from like Dalton as the ultimate tough guy, and they're obviously going really very hard in that right off the bat here. It's like, yeah, I got a knife in my torso, it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna pluck it out, tape it up, call it a night. But as far as like
go to the ER, dude. Go to the ER.
Yeah, he's not gonna be doing that.
Numbers commented when you guys were asking earlier what people's thoughts on the original Roadhouse was, and he claims that it's definitely one of his favorite action movies of all time. So, or one of the greatest.
Yeah, I really love the original. Going back to what Ruth asked about me, is kind of like how it compares to the original. It's like, as I was saying at the beginning, it's like they take the kind of the core concept, a bouncer named Dalton stepping into this roadhouse with a crime boss entering the equation, but they really go in a different direction here, and that's why I say it's maybe more accurate to call this a reimagining than a remake, because they really do operate on two ends of the same spectrum, and then the foundation is really like the portrayal of Dalton in each. With Patrick Swayze, he's a very he's this Zen master kind of crossed with a old West gunslinger, And as we kind of we'll see as it progresses, Gyllenhaal's Dalton, he's an ex-MMA fighter.
Does this movie take place in the modern time, or is this like in the past?
Yes, it's modern times.
Got it.
One direction that I was wondering if the original takes, because I think this movie takes a downhill turn at a certain point, and I wonder if the original does the same thing. I don't want to get to it.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, but he's just taped.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like he just got stabbed. He needs a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
If he pulled out the knife, right, it would be gushing blood because there's arteries around there.
You do have to suspend disbelief a little bit.
You leave the knife in there. You go to the ER.
Slipknot fans in the house.
You get the doctors to freaking help you out with that because there's arteries. You should be like blood.
I believe in what Ruth has to say because she's carved some people up before.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Gaffer tape's quite good for everything. It works wonders.
So, but you definitely have to suspend a little bit of disbelief with some of the, let's say, bladed action that you just saw and will maybe see later in this movie. But
I mean, but everybody likes the old boy hallway fight, and that's a CGI knife, right? So you can overlook the.
I mean, like right off the bat here, it's like what Dalton is doing here. This is what I really. This was, I think, was the first 15 or so minutes. This is where I really kind of, it really kind of struck it with it's like they are. I'm really appreciating how different they're making Gyllenhaal's version of Dalton here because he's in a much worse place, mentally, spiritually, than Swayze's Dalton was. And
CGI knife.
Okay, he tried to kill himself with the train.
Yeah.
This is giving me all those movies where they try and get the train accident on time.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that trunk worth?
And he's like, okay, I think I'll take that job offer now because my car is toast.
What do you mean the trunk?
The back of the car after it got hit.
Yeah, where it's like he just got out of the way, but it still nicked the trunk there.
In Australia, we call it a boot.
Okay.
That's what the trunk is called?
Yeah,
a boot. We call it a boot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is also, they're supposed to be in the Florida Keys, but I think, I'm looking up, I think this is actually filmed in the Dominican Republic.
Guys, Numbers was saying, obviously this is just for reference, that the original Roadhouse movie is actually on Amazon. If anybody wants to check it out, yeah.
I'll give you
I'd almost encourage. In fact, I would encourage almost like a double bill or like a one night do one night do the other kind of thing with this because they are.
Maybe one of these days we'll get some movies and put them in order and watch them in a watch party instead of backwards.
Yeah, because we certainly did that with our Zack Snyder marathon.
Well, we're going to order for our scary movie marathon.
Yeah, that's important.
But that doesn't count because those are shit.
Got to get the 5-part arc or 4-part arc round out.
It is a 5-part arc. Oh no!
If you fucking my heartstrings with that anymore, fourth.
Look at the bookstore. The bookstore is named after what the bar used to be named after. The bar is actually called Roadhouse now, but there's a Double Deuce.
No, the restaurant next. No, it's not the bookstore. It's the restaurant next to it, the Double Deuce.
That's right, yeah. But it's no longer the name of the bar.
Yeah, the Roadhouse, and I won't say what it's called. We'll find out in a couple of minutes, but it is kind of a little bit of a one-liner.
Numbers has some more
It was filmed at we got to hear it was filmed in the Dominican Republic, the new Roadhouse.
Numbers is kind of touching more on what you were just saying, Brad.
Right.
And I guess what Ruth was talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sam Elliott's Sam Elliott is Wade Garrett is I mean that's him as most Sam Elliott, that's for sure.
Listen, Sam Elliott is the superior General Thunderbolt Ross. I know the other dude, Wayne, was it hurt? He passed
'Cause
away.
I wonder-
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But Sam Elliott definitely looks just like Thunderbolt Ross out of the.
Well,
comic books.
You see the
'cause I wonder-
tattoo on his neck? You see the tattoo on his neck? That's the Japanese symbol of 2.
Yeah, each
Okay.
san is the word for 2 in Japanese, and yeah, it's got that right there in his neck.
Slipknot has a question.
Okay, let's see.
Last one.
How about a marathon man marathon? Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're asking.
He's using a little wordplay and pun action.
Yeah.
The guy's a writer. I can tell right from that. He's a writer.
Yeah.
He's an author. He might be. This might be Slipknot fan. Might be his. Just like your pen name on the comments. Maybe he's a writer. Maybe he's on Screen Rant or something else.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows
Well,
who it
let
really is?
let me know if you are Slipknot.
Interesting camera work that they chose to shoot everything in probably one. It feels like they shot everything with one wide angle lens.
Do you think that's because the background is the David Fincher style from The Killer, where it's CG, but it's not the Disney volume type? It's more.
You know what I've always wanted to try? Paddleboarding.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Well,
Pretty fun.
I think they kind of just kept it consistent, so when it goes into the fights, it doesn't look inconsistent that they shot it with the wide angle. I think it's just set up the fight scenes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Erin, do you live close to the beach or not?
But it
Do
looks
I
pretty
like
good.
the beach?
Because,
Yeah, I like the beach.
Is that... No,
Oh.
do you live close to the beach?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always have to do this. I'm pretty much 20 minutes away from a beach.
Oh, that's good.
the estate.
Slipknot says he's no writer.
Okay, thank you for.
This is
Ruth,
kind
have
of
you seen
reminds
the
me of the beaches that we got down here.
You got palm trees
Yeah,
out there?
Yeah, we got pine trees and stuff.
I think he's just rolling with palm trees.
But
Come on.
we rarely plant them or anything. Only certain areas might want to put a palm tree up. It's totally up to what the council allows or not.
So what do you think
Yeah,
of this
just
Roadhouse building compared to the one from the Swayze Roadhouse?
Yeah, you mean the design of the Roadhouse itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they definitely it's part of kind of what I'm saying, like the overall, like they did more than just like put like a different coat of paint on it. They really just from the ground up really reimagine this, because they're both of these. I mean, it's fair to say, I think kind of they would qualify as like kind of like modern day westerns, but the first one definitely kind of placed a lot more in like a western. The first one takes place in Missouri, so they really kind of drive home the neo-western setting of it, and really try to drive home the bar fight aspect of it. And here they really kind of, I think the new design of the Roadhouse here is kind of meant to evoke the idea of sort of like a chaos and paradise kind of idea, that this place, it's very gorgeous scenery, but as we can see right now, it's also full of violence, and there's a need to tame it to the kind of the gorgeous scenery and that is enveloping all of that.
I see what you're saying about the wide shot for us.
Right. Like if they shot it,
they did it all for that. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if they shot it conventionally, then it would be weird. It would be
jolty. Yeah.
Saying that they go all of a sudden wide shot for fights. They just show everything wide.
Yeah.
Especially to see when the guy's talking about his dog being eaten by a certain animal. It's like, well, this starts wide and bulbous and distorting on his face.
Guys, I pulled the soundtrack up for this movie, and it's actually really, really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Both of them are. I think I was playing just a little bit ago. I was playing the When the Night Comes Falling from the first one. So yeah, they definitely have. And to get back to Numbers' comment here, have you seen the original, Ruth?
Yeah, I did answer him in the chat, Brad. Yeah, I have seen it, but I actually, like you said, there was quite a few like similarities, but I did feel as if they were both very sort of different movies in a lot of other ways, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
don't want to go into spoilers, but
yeah. Without going into spoilers, and again, a lot of it
Well,
really
so far, you're pretty correct. It is like a different movie.
yeah,
Since I'm
the
watching it for the
foundational,
first time.
yeah, the foundational elements of that really, I think, is Dalton, is the portrayal of Dalton between Paisley and Jake Gyllenhaal's. They really embody like almost like a yin and yang. So that like from that is kind of like how you get the two versions to really sort of stand kind of side by side and be distinct. And so if you can't tell yet, we're about to come up into our first major fight scene here. So I'll just leave it at that till we get there.
I think in real life, his place would have been shut down if there was this much violence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
destroying
Fourth, it's in
property.
Florida, right?
I think
It's just a bar.
If it-
It's just a roadhouse full of Florida men, right? That's all they're saying.
if it was Roadhouse Detroit, I'd be like, I believe it. Roadhouse Chicago.
Where's the Gators?
Oh, they'll be coming. Trust me.
William, is this what happens when like Sister Kim's runs out of turkey burgers?
Well, that's
And
not
then you need
nice.
Then you need a cooler to take out William. I heard they don't even call him a cooler in this movie.
Oh, now he cares about the hospital. What a dumb name. No.
Ooh, and here we go.
Ooh, he just slapped him. Ooh.
Who doesn't know what a draw is?
Yeah, we went together, I've heard that crunch.
Brad, Numbers has got quite a good comment.
Okay, let me, fun fact for everyone in the original: if half the punches of the cast that were real, the cast that were real, were Sam Elliott said that they really fun. Yeah. I was reading actually a little bit of the trivia about that the other night, and Sam Elliott said he just got the shit kicked out of him, just making that was like it. That's what the experience was. Like we just got the shit kicked out of us.
Well, he offered them a draw, so
yeah, yeah, and that's
they can't complain.
Oh no, and he's actually taking. I mean, he's considerate enough of his opponents. He's actually going to drive them to the hospital. Warn them about the car bump. But yeah, this is where I'm kind of getting at, where I talk about like it portrays elements of the original in a whole new light. Well, I'm gonna stop here and let this line real quick go.
So he beats the hell out of him.
I just broke his arm. Yes, in the original, Dalton lays out like, here are the rules of bouncing. It's like, don't underestimate your opponent, but take it outside and be nice. And the whole point of his philosophy is that it's about de-escalation. It's about don't take it further than you need to. And he lays out like a very specific blueprint for that. And we just saw like a new kind of blueprint for that here with like where Dalton's saying it's like, hey, there's a hospital close by. You guys got insurance? You don't. We can just call it a draw. and that was something I really and again, it becomes clearer as the movie goes on, like why he's why he's so reticent about. Because you saw for most of that he didn't even like resort to a closed fist until towards the end there. He mostly just slapped those guys, but even that's like, if you know what you're doing, if you're hitting with an open palm, you can really do some damage.
Is that Ratcatcher too?
Yes, that's Daniel Melchior. And yeah, he's finally going to the hospital now, Aaron. God, that looks like a staph infection now.
Brad.
Yeah, what's that, man?
Have you ever seen Nightcrawler with Gyllenhaal?
I have not, no.
That's a great movie.
I've heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it, no.
Excellent movie.
I'll put that on my top list of Gyllenhaal movies.
Okay.
Anybody else on the panel? Ruth, Aaron?
No, I've not seen it, Spidey.
Check it out if you ever get a chance. It's called Nightcrawler.
Oh, no, I haven't.
You guys ever get a chance?
So I guess he's doing something right with just taping up his knife wounds.
He put a little. He was at the bar. He put a little alcohol in there.
At first, when I thought that there was going to be a Nightcrawler movie, I thought it was like the superhero.
You thought it was going to be X-Men related.
No.
And I was thoroughly disappointed.
Have you heard about the?
Yeah, I remember thinking that too. Actually, when I heard the title.
You know what Nightcrawler is about?
No, what's it about?
All right. I'll let you explain it, Spidey.
Well, it's he's like he's an aspiring journalist, let's say, and he's trying to break a story in L.A. He's trying to break a big story in L.A. and he's trying to do what it takes to get a big story broken. And his personality is kind of like weird a little bit, right? But that also kind of, when they say there's like a thin line between crazy and genius, right? So he's a very hard-working person, but his work ethic matches his level of insanity, I would say, or his sociopathic nature, rather.
There you go.
He's quite eccentric, or
yes, and it as the story goes along, both of those elements grow out in their own direction.
Yeah,
so you see him from a small place, and then you see him elevate.
The best definition of sociopath.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think so. At least put to screen in a movie that's come out recently, for sure. So.
Yeah.
See, I don't always argue with Forth about movies.
No, you just like to argue with William about Batman the Animated Series.
Well, I have to. It's a necessity at this point.
I thought we agreed for the most part.
Yeah, no, I just give you shit. The things that we disagree on are pretty comical to me. So
I think William had to step out for a minute.
Oh, he's not. Oh.
Hopefully he's listening and he can hit us in the comments.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys kind of wanted me to like comment a little bit on the fight choreography here. Like what Jake did there is, he kept it. Because he's actively trying to avoid the fight there. He kept it pretty conservative. So, you can see like elements of like boxing and karate and a little bit of Muay Thai and some jiu-jitsu there.
Yeah. Aaron?
Yep. Yeah, you had something there?
All I've been at like full blown kickboxing as well.
Yeah.
Because there's more of a rawness rather than having this pure like Muay Thai.
Yeah. Well, he's this version. Yeah, this Dalton is is an ex-MMA fighter, so he's
with Muay Thai, it's more elegant than normal kickboxing. It's more free flowing, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
While kickboxing is more raw and aggressive.
Yeah.
That's you're able to tell the difference.
Well, he's got go ahead.
The last four comments from Larry, me and Forth are trying to describe Nightcrawler. I think Larry really does it in a succinct way in his last four comments.
Nightcrawler is great. Ambulance chasing. I don't think he ever blinks the move. Okay, that's very vague,
Yeah.
but okay.
But at the same time, it describes the movie as well without giving too much away.
I'll
This
Yeah,
was
just say-
actually, by the way,
everybody else.
this was actually filmed like the weigh-in, like parts of this, his Dalton's weigh-in and a little bit of the crowd scene. This was actually filmed at like an actual UFC event. This is filmed, I think, at UFC 285 in Vegas, actually.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I remember where they're
They
all
get
like,
their
"What's Jake
cross
doing?" Like,
promotion and
Oh, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember watching stuff on like social media of people actually filming it with their phones.
Yeah, because they were like actual audience members, for
Shit,
the
that was
fights there that
long
night.
ago.
Yeah, it was like let me see if I can pull it up here on the.
It was within a year.
March 3rd, 2023. Gyllenhaal shot a scene with former Ultimate Fighting Championship fighter Jay Heron for their ceremonial weigh-ins for UFC 285 at MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene was done in front of fans who attended the weigh-ins, and it included UFC President Dana White, who is not well liked among MMA fighters, but that's neither here nor there. Play-by-play announcer John Anik and other regular UFC event personnel. A walkout scene with Gyllenhaal was filmed during intermission in the event. So yeah, like what you just saw there was kind of like done like in the sort of interim periods, but like between when the actual fights are happening that night.
Oh, isn't that
Ga-
nice? She's giving him food.
No, Erin, I was just going to say, right, honestly, if you'd seen her face when she was looking at him when he had his like shirt off, it was as if all her Christmases has come at once.
I think Jake also is like he's not like Ben Affleck in a way where it's like he doesn't age like the rest of us. He doesn't look that much older than like the first thing I remember seeing him in as a kid was when he was in October Sky. Where he's playing with like the kid who makes the rockets and goes on to work for NASA, and he still looks pretty young. Again, it's kind of like Ben. It's like they
It's the same with his sister, Maggie.
yeah, with Maggie Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Ooh.
I love this like young lady here in the bookstore. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Like obviously, like kindness makes the world go around, doesn't it? Like
Yeah, and she's a nice kind of contrast to like, but with like a lot of the hostility that he runs into on the island. And he actually, he's finding, and as the movie progresses, like she and her father, like they let's say they give Dalton a little bit more motivation a little bit later in the movie. I'll just kind of leave it at that for right now.
And she's also there to tell you that this is like a Western.
Yeah. No, yeah. The movie itself comments it's very self-aware. The new Roadhouse, that it's like, yeah, the original was a Western and this one is too. Yeah, some more of these
Put your bat
Charmin
down.
fellows you ran into.
That's Fourth right there in the scene. Exactly what he said is that's what the guy's thinking right there, because Fourth played that dude in the movie.
She's going all Sting with that bat.
Yeah.
Williams come back to check on with.
Yes.
Well, StreamYard doesn't balance out the sound right, unless I put on headsets. Like I'm watching it, but I'm coming back and forth. I haven't seen it before.
William,
So you
your new
following
mic
along?
sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah, your camera's a whole hell of a lot better right
What was
now
that?
too, dude. Your camera looks a lot better too, like way better than earlier.
I think it has to do with the computer too.
I don't know.
I mean, this is a brand new. Literally, these are the first two things I've done on this computer. Is the
welcome to the
previous
land of-
stream and this stream. So, well, the land of Dell, because HP is what the other one was.
Oh, I meant the land of 480p.
And by the way, I don't know if it. I'm pretty sure this has been established, but the Roadhouse in this movie is just called the Roadhouse. It's not called the Double Deuce. It's just called the Roadhouse.
Is that why they try to explain why they call it what they call it in this movie in that one scene?
And then the boat is the boat.
Yeah, well,
What now?
and she, Jessica, I mean Frankie, she makes the points like, yeah, like all this property, she's basically inherited from her grandfather, and so she's kind of like playing off of kind of his slang for it, and like the kind of like the local sort of lingo. People just called it the Roadhouse, so she said, okay, I'll just call it the Roadhouse. I'll just make that the official term. It's easy to it's easy to like capitalize on the brand when it's already been kind of provided for me by my local clientele.
Without hitting the nail too hard on the head, they try to insinuate that this is like a black historic spot for business.
Yeah,
Against,
there is a little bit of an undercurrent of that in the movie too.
Through Jim Crow era, I guess. I don't know how far Jim Crow went, but
this is actually pretty funny here. This I laughed pretty hard. I did. I'm sure Ruth did too. It's like, I mean, you're gonna try. I don't even understand. I've never gotten the idea anyway of like having like a barber shave. I'm perfectly capable of shaving on my own, so I don't even understand like the have another guy stick a razor up to my face.
You never had a straight edge razor shave before, Brad?
No.
That shit feels great.
Yeah, but I don't like leaving another people. It's like I can shave on my own. So
yeah, but it's something you get done when you go to the barber, and it's the whole barber vibe. But you got to get it done at least once, man. Yeah,
but he's
like
he's
before you go out to eat or something on a date or out to an event or something like that. Go get yourself a straight edge razor done. You know what I mean?
But he decided
to do it when
he's like going to go out. But he decided he's going to do it when he's going to go out like on the 40-foot swell with like high tide, water's choppy, and
that's that rich people hubris right there. You get rich and you think you got it whatever way you want it.
I'd do it if I was rich. I don't even grow that much hair.
Sucked in. He just got caught.
Yeah. Oh no.
Treat yourself on your birthday or something, Brad. Try it out next year on your next year on your birthday.
I'm not gonna go out in the water and do it.
Don't do it on the boat. You don't need to do it on the boat. Just go to a barber's chair.
What if barbers still offer straight edge razors at general places?
They teach it to you in barber school no matter what, so everybody knows how to do it. They got it. You might not ask for it, but they got it. They'll do it.
William's got a barber shop downstairs, though, hasn't he? Next to him.
Yeah, you have a barber.
When you come out here and visit the Sci-Fi Center, you get yourself a straight edge razor. Get yourself a shave.
I say William should bick the top of his hair. Just go full Lex Luthor.
By the way, William left a couple of comments in the chat, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up again. That yes, everybody, this is a charity stream. This is part of our ongoing charity stream, tying into our goal is to hit 15 grand. Our goal was initially 5, and then we hit that on New Year's Eve, and then we raised it to 10, and now we raised it to 15 for American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Of course, we would like to that goal on or before April 19th when Rebel Moon Part 2 the Scar Giver drops. So if you can make a donation, yes, please consider doing so. But also, even just sharing the link around so other people can is tremendously helpful.
Sounds like there might be an extension on that, Brad, just for a couple of days, so he can line it up with a on the lined event. Let's say. I don't know, William. Are you frozen or no? You're not. Why don't you touch on that, William?
Yeah. Hold on, I got to mute this because I'm watching this at the same time, and I don't want to get copyright. Okay, no, the local chapter here is doing their walk on April 27th. So we may or may not extend it to the 27th, simply so that we're going to hand them a check anyway. But I may extend it to that point. But if we reach it, I'll just cut it off because they have the means to break up the money between local and national. So we might end it on the 19th and hand them their check on the 27th, no matter what. So I got to see how that rolls out. But but I've been in touch with the local foundation here, so it'd be kind of a cool visual to have them with a giant check for it, however we reach. So
this is something I think is kind of cool in the new Roadhouse too. Sorry to interject, William. Did you get everything you wanted to say out there?
yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is something I thought was pretty cool about the new Roadhouse too, like the portrayal of Dalton is that. Well, first of all, right there, that's of course playing off of the original when the guy pulls the knife on one of the other bouncers and Swayze disarms him and slams his head into the table. But this is something I did enjoy. You know, they kind of put some emphasis, and they do show that in the original of Dalton. You know, he's taking the other bouncers under his wing and showing them, yeah, this is how you handle these kinds of conflicts in the establishment. But again, Gyllenhaal's Dalton is like this is his first time he's ever been a bouncer, and even then he's still fairly reluctant to do it, just because of his new perspective on handling violence. But he's the way he kind of takes the other, everybody else under his wing and says, hey, just that guy's got a knife, step back, and you've got the reach, just slug him. The way he kind of mentors a lot of them, I thought that was a pretty cool thing. They really zero in on this version, is the way Dalton sort of passes his knowledge on.
One thing I don't buy is that every time they bounce somebody out of the Roadhouse, they all act like NPCs and they just kind of walk away. Just because you throw a guy outside doesn't mean the fight's over. Like how he just did like those last two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a little bit more organic than that.
They can't lock the door on them too.
But yeah, but usually you throw somebody out, they try to come back. Not like, I got to walk away.
What's the problem with the music? I like it.
Yeah, I have a problem with it. I like it.
No, I like the music.
Who doesn't like the music?
So in the comments?
I don't think so.
I think William was trying to make sure he doesn't get copyrighted for music.
Oh yeah, that's true. A little movie perp, yeah. Yes, I agree. So I think you've seen it, man. Or did you mention? You might have mentioned that on the Discord, which watching, man. I know. Yes, we Sci-Fi Center. We also have a Discord, so we can you can drop that in the chat for anybody who wants to join.
William, I don't know if you can hear us. Are we having anybody in from the charity to sort of come and give a talk about the charity fundraiser and where the money is used for?
Yeah, I think
What's going
you
on,
mentioned
Perp, Roman, Marcus Cruz. There's a few people in the chat here. We're waiting for William.
Yeah, I want to fully speak for William, but he'd mentioned I think a little bit along those lines, but we'll wait for him to step back in to full by that. Oh, really? Ah, come on, lighten up there, Azteca. Gyllenhaal in the fight, security. Yeah, Jake, he is awesome in this. He is he makes Dalton really his own. And Patrick Swayze is a tough act to follow, obviously. But Gyllenhaal is really he's got a real talent and presence all his own. So I think it really brought. And by the way, you guys, I don't know if anybody aware of this. When I think they first started tossing around the idea of a Roadhouse remake back, I think in 2015 or 16. And at that point, it was going to be the initial idea was that they wanted to do a gender swapped Dalton, and it was going to be Ronda Rousey playing Dalton.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
She had her moment. She had her moment there where they were putting her in movies and stuff, so I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know why she lost the movie, lost the match.
She started talking shit and losing fights, so it didn't look good.
Yeah, well, that was
worse than the champ that talk shit and loses their ass. So
that was when she was still in MMA. That was before she jumped into pro wrestling.
Chris Cyborg ended her career.
She's actually a couple miles away from me. She's in Corona. She had a ranch out in Corona.
Aztec is going to check out Dune again.
Oh no! It was Amanda Nunes that ended her career.
No, Holly Holm was the first fight that Ronda lost.
Yeah,
She got
exactly.
that roundhouse kick to the head, and that was one of the biggest upsets I think.
And that
pretty
was
much everybody here.
that part was here in Australia, and oh my god, the Australian media was all over it, like poking fun of Ronda Rousey and everything.
Well, she was like that was when she was kind of at the peak of her MMA career, because I mean she was undefeated to that point, and I mean she was just all over the place. I mean, as far as like a media presence, and
She was
I remember
Fast and Furious and everything.
Yeah, she was in Expendables 3, and so she was branching out all
up
that
for
kinds
sure.
of things. And I forget who I say again.
No, go on.
Well, I forget who somebody on YouTube, after her loss to Holly Holm, I forget who exactly I saw say this, but he said the reason why that loss was so dramatic, both for her and for just the world in general, was that it was something to the effect of it's like it made a god into a mortal. And it's like, I think that's pretty spot on.
That soup he's eating, have you ever had conch stew? Anybody?
I don't think I have, no.
That shit is off the chain. We went to the Bahamas when I was younger, and we had that all the time. That was amazing.
By the way, shameless plug. As long as we're on the Ronda Rousey talk, I have actually interviewed two of her trainers a couple years ago. I interviewed specifically Jean LaBelle and Go Korchevician.
Nice.
Yeah,
what was she in? This lady right here talking to Gyllenhaal. What is
Danielle Melchior? She was in, of course. I think probably most people kind of know her from the Suicide Squad, when she was Ratcatcher. She was also.
Okay.
She was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and she was in Fast X, and she was also voiced. She voiced Gwen Stacy for Into the Spider-Verse for the Portuguese dub of Into the Spider-Verse.
Got it.
Oh.
You said Ratcatcher too. That's exactly that popped right in my head.
Yeah, in the Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Big flex for her.
Yeah, and then of course she was in Guardians 3 as Yura, so she's worked with James Gunn twice now. So I would not be surprised if she's in a DC movie, pending whatever impact the latest merger has. Say again?
She'll be Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, right?
Yeah.
Cassie
I can see that. I can see that.
Maybe Donna Troy, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm doing the
Batgirl. Hey, there's a Batgirl in the Batflex script. If God forbid we ever see that movie, maybe she could do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Careful what you ask
Cassie
for.
Cain is in Barbara Gordon. She's the mute martial artist, trained by Lady Shiva. Pretty
we already
hand-to-hand fighter.
Sandra Cain in the Birds of Prey.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And I know William's definitely going to have a one-liner about that.
That's nothing close to Cassie Cain, man.
Did you not look like the greatest fighter to you, Spidey?
One liner about what?
That is not. I forgot.
One liner about what, Brett?
Fantabulous Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey.
The Cassandra Cain, was in a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
True to form.
Everything you need to know about Warner Brothers' decision making is in that, wrapped up in the movie. The stupid ass title, it being released, it being.
They could have just had Poison Ivy and did Gotham City
Sirens.
Okay,
we can definitely bitch about Warner Brothers and DC, but right now we're here to celebrate Roadhouse. Okay.
Right.
Trust me, I will go back to that.
Thanks, Forth.
I will go back to that in due time. Trust me.
Oh, what'd you say, Spidey?
I said thanks, Forth, for bringing up old. I guess.
Like Forth, you're kind of the point you were making about the impact of Jim Crow on the local economy here. Like of course, we just saw the photo of Martin Luther King up there, and that's another kind of subtle hint that there's kind of an undercurrent of she's the racism that her grandfather had to battle through to set up a business here. But
without hitting it so hard on the head that it's just nicely subtle in.
Nice pun for this movie too. Oh boy, that
1,000 horsepower mini truck.
Yeah. Oh, John Wick got hit by about 20 cars in the last John Wick. It's he'll be fine.
Brad, Roman's got a comment for you in the chat.
Sure.
You hold that thought.
Which one? You got.
His
Yeah.
legs would have been shattered, Brad.
About
Roman
about
Marcus
Seth
Cruz.
Rogen.
Let's see. Seth Rogen is writing an R-rated Venom film for Sony. Okay, sounds cool.
Hopefully it's as good as the interview, guys. The interview and Sausage Party, right?
You'll
Seth
probably
Rogen
voice
hits.
Venom. I hope he voices Venom too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
He's Alan.
She had notoriously constant. Yeah, Rhonda, her striking was definitely not her strong point. She was a judoka, so she was great with throws and sweeps and takedowns, but she was not a fist and foot fighter primarily. That's pretty much kind of how in Monkey Jeeps and Cyruth.
And she won. She won an Olympic medal too.
Yeah,
And
she was in the
supposedly
Olympics.
Yeah, and supposedly her both of her parents did also judo, and they were both Olympians as well.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, but she was her kicking and punching. That was not what you watch her fights. That was not primarily what she was relying upon.
What else is
She was
left?
great with her. She was great with her judo. Don't get me wrong. She is. You don't mess with her. She knows what she's doing.
Oh,
Because,
guys, I like this scene.
Oh yeah, I know you like the scene, Ruth. You had something there?
Like soon as she would get you on the ground, you were done.
Yeah. And Holly knew how to dodge that, and then she took her down with that roundhouse kick to the head.
I always wanted a Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano fight.
Yeah, well now that's definitely not going to happen.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have been
Why,
when they were
it
both
could
in
be
their prime.
it could be in a movie, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
My crush goes back to American Gladiator.
Well, Gina's currently suing Disney at the moment, so.
Yeah. Also, going back to Ronda a little bit, because I interviewed Ty Conti or Ty Malo now, as she's going by in her pro wrestling career, and she's got quite a background in judo and BJJ and different martial arts. And she, I remember when I talked to her, she thinks the world of Ronda. So, big fan of her. Either.
Oh yeah, the reason why she went prior to Ty Conti because that was her former married name.
Yeah.
And now she's going back to like a normal maiden name in wrestling, but technically she's Ty Guevara.
Yeah,
she's married.
Yeah, like at the time I interviewed her, she was still going by Ty Conti.
Yeah.
With her wacky husband injuring people, Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Dude,
because I did a little bit.
He almost killed the guy. Hardy's head almost became a cantaloupe because of that guy.
Yeah, it was Jeff Hardy, wasn't it? He was trying to do one of his moves and failed at it.
Well, once Hardy had the concussion, he they should. Actually, it's not his fault. The ref should have stopped it. Once he realized that Matt Hardy had a concussion, the ref should have actually stopped it. So I can't really blame Guevara on that one. But...
Okay, who was the ref? Wasn't it Bryce Ginsburg that was doing it, or was it
I forgot, but I know whoever did that. I know Sammy got suspended for it, but it should have been both of them.
Yeah, I think it might have been Bryce.
Okay, this is like I have never understood in action movies why or even in real life why anybody would tuck a handgun in their pants like that. Because and the reason why is because we see. Yeah, but the reason why is because we all saw what happened to Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob.
Like he should have had the gun out by now. That's his bad. But
once
he pulled up his shirt and said,
"Yeah,
you don't want to do that."
Yeah.
but you're a bad guy who has the cops on payroll. Who's going to arrest you?
Yeah, snapping. Yeah, there's a little joint manipulation there.
Is that what you were talking about, Fourth?
What's that?
When he snatched the gun up, it kind of looked a little jerky on his hand there. With I don't know.
Yeah,
if it's CGI.
It's a or a cut that happens with just the normal fight
Yeah.
punches.
Well, again, it's like I think a lot of that's like from behind the scenes stuff. It's they'll have like one shot of like Jake, pantomiming like snapping a dude's fingers, and then they do the other shot with the guy with the gun in pain, and they put them together so you're kind of minimizing your risk of like actually hurting somebody that way.
Huh?
There's actually some behind people have actually been bringing this up. I've seen on Twitter of like other examples, like in a Raging Fire with Donnie Yen, the end fight. There's a part where he headbutts the villain, and they show behind the scenes. There's one shot of Donnie headbutting this green pillow, and the other one of Nicholas C. just kind of reacting as if he's been headbutted, and they put the two together so you can create the impression that actual contact was made without actually having you're able to do that in a way that kind of minimizes danger to the people involved. But again, not that there's not when I've interviewed enough stunt people and fight coordinators that they will all tell you is like you're going to take some level of contact no matter what.
Feels like a weird way of doing it when throughout history they've always been doing it by just snapping their punches and turning the camera at a certain angle for effect. I don't know, it's weird.
Yes, Cheddar Bob is from 8 Mile, and we saw how qualified he is to operate a handgun. So, and that's the thing I'm going to get into, and it's like I don't get the. It's like this is why we have holsters, whether it's it's the waist holster or the ankle holster. It's so that you don't accidentally blow something off.
Yep. Especially a man's balls.
Yes. I want bullets to be as far away as possible from that.
Spidey, is this the first time that you've watched this film?
Yes.
You watched the new
How are
one?
you finding it so far?
So far, so good. It's all right.
Yeah, well, of course, Conor McGregor. I think this is about where he's going to come in here. Oh, come on. Did you not see the trailer?
I don't watch trailers, so that's always going to be for me. But I know I'm the odd man out.
And Conor, of course, I mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He's just got to make sure that skill remains within the octagon. Oh God, yeah. Here's the intro. Here's it. Conor showing up as only Conor can.
I'm calling foul on all these movies these days that only have like male nudity in like macho man movies that are supposed to be actioners. Where's all the female nudity at?
The lady up on the balcony was naked.
You didn't see nothing.
Her chest was exposed.
Oh, please, we get enough female nudity in movies.
Yeah, come on, man.
I would actually
Can we
argue
have
against.
Can we have some modesty?
It's not even just. It's not strictly in movies. Fourth, I mean, it's like whenever Sydney Sweeney right now, all anybody can talk about right now is her cleavage on social media. So
I was gonna say Sydney Sweeney can't holding it down. She's like the statue of Atlas.
So yeah, we can do a little bit ourselves here. I love that he didn't even put any pants on there. He's
I get what you were saying, Fourth. Like Atlas with the world on his back. That's the metaphor.
Okay, and Aaron, I'm going to ask you about something in a minute here, because there's something they're going to do, and I'm kind of wondering, is this something that's have you ever seen anything like this in Australia? It's like you'll understand what is the men here.
So Ruth, when you asked me a minute ago if I how I'm liking it, how do you like this movie?
Yeah, I
She
really
saw it
did.
last night.
Yeah, I mean, really did enjoy it, and obviously I was looking forward to watching it with you guys. But I'll be honest with you, I would choose the original over this, mind you.
Got it.
Really? Okay.
Brad, I guess then you're in the camp of this is better than the original.
I think I'm putting about neck and neck. I really dig
Alright.
both of them. I
Got
was really impressed with what this did, and of course the original was was one that was close to my heart back when I was a teenager, coming up in Taekwondo and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, Aaron, where they walk out on the coral that's only like ankle deep, like mid. So do they have any areas like this in Australia?
Well, in like the more tropical areas, which is like
Okay.
more Queensland, Northern Territory, even parts of northern New South Wales, where like
Okay.
where like where I live, it's more of a hybrid type system.
Okay.
Our ecosystem in Australia is like all over the place because of the fact of where we're positioned in the world.
Okay. Yeah, but like as far as like with Queensland, what you're saying, it's like, so, but you have like there could be areas where like coral could be up high enough where you could do this. You could like take a couple, you could take an umbrella and a couple lawn chairs and just go sit out there, with like 6 miles out from the shore.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got we've got an area where there's pink water because of it. There's a specialized algae system that makes the water pink, and it's safe to swim in that. I think it's in Western Australia. There's places where there's pink sand, and we're pretty much another planet.
Yeah, the closest I've gotten there was when I was living in Hawaii when I was a little kid. So I don't remember like anything like this where you had coral that was this far out, but it was this elevated. You could actually you could sit on like you're on a beach.
They said this was coral.
Where did you guys?
Unless I missed something.
Like
It was filmed in the Dominican Republic.
Got it.
Like we got the Great Barrier Reef, which is like full coral, and you can actually see it from space.
That's pretty cool.
Fabulous place for a picnic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, it's like this.
How do you like these wavy
Go ahead.
motion shots? They did it in the boat a second ago, and then they did it when the car was driving down the road here.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I said, they really play around in different ways with the camera work here, and it's going back to what I was saying, where it's like after I saw this, I'm like, okay, now I have a better understanding of where Doug Liman was coming from when he said, because I think it's pretty. He whatever agreement there was between he and Amazon, obviously, that's a whole other can of worms, but from his perspective, like in his mind, when he filmed this, I think, yeah, he was filming this with the goal of showcasing this theatrically. Whether or not that ultimately fits, that was part of their agreement or fits Amazon's business model, that's a separate matter. But as far as like from the way he shot this, is like, yeah, I think that was what he was shooting for, and that lets you get even clearer, I think, as we get a little bit further in.
I'd say that if you're asking camera stuff, I would say my only biggest gripe, Spidey, this is probably shot on red cameras, which I hate red cameras.
Okay.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Droga.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Oh, because if you look at this, you look at Red turns all your footage into one thing that says red camera. These skin tones and colors are the same as like Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon, and it's the same for all the other cameras. Well, the other camera that I like is the Arri Alexa, which has more neutral and filmic look, where you can kind of change your movie into something else other than red looking footage.
Wouldn't
So
it
you
be
think that's
the-
a camera used a lot in like streaming content?
No, they use it professionally in a lot of movies.
All right.
It's probably like the
By the way-
second biggest camera game, but a lot of people hate the color look of the reds because again they change their footage into red looking footage.
Got it.
But I want to just kind of double because everybody's at the part where Connor is got the golf club and he's kind of having it out a bit with the Billy Madnuts in here. This is like 101 34 because I had a little bit of a hiccup there. I get ready to give their timestamp right now.
I'll give you one. 101.56.
Yeah, I'm on the same.
101.56 or 156.
Yeah, 101.56. Basically 102.
Okay.
Ah,
No,
can't
yeah, so, right, exactly there. Yeah, because this is where Scared Nasi pretty much takes over the movie as far as the villain role goes. And he's very much, anyway, you've seen the originals. He's very much kind of the equivalent of Jimmy, who's the hired hand to kind of oppose Dalton in the original. And by the way, this is also, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there.
They fixed the dead pixel, Jeebus. I peeped that the first couple times I saw Army of the Dead, but they fixed it lately.
I'm going to put this
I
out
wanted to
there
ask Snyder about Dead Pixel because he was using those dream lenses, and a lot of those.
I think it was Netflix's deal because they said the movie was fine until it went out. So.
Oh, okay, because old lenses like the dream lenses are actually radioactive lenses. That's pretty surprising. A lot of old lenses are radioactive, and they mess with your camera sensor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and ask this though, because this is actually a theory I've had of the Roadhouse. Again, I think we'll all this one because I've always looked at Roadhouse as kind of an unofficial remake of Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee. If you think about it, because what happens in what happens to both of them? Okay, so
did you say it's the second part of Enter the Dragon?
No, the Roadhouse is kind of an unofficial remake of Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon. Okay, your mic is
Bruce Lee
just now kind of kicking out a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay, am I better now?
Yes, much.
Yeah, I leaned back a little bit there. Sorry, but and the reason I say that is because like what is the kind of the meat of both of them is that there's this business establishment that's being threatened by unruly patrons and this outside crime boss, and a martial arts expert is brought in to clean up both establishments, and then the crime boss retaliates or decides to handle the situation by bringing in his own fighter, who then faces the hero in this big episode. So you see where I'm getting at, where I say it's like Roadhouse has a little, there's maybe some.
But that's also every Western and a lot of type of martial arts films. Yeah.
Samurai movie.
Yeah. So we started this whole deal with Kurosawa. That's the Kurosawa whittled down a little bit and reset in a new setting. You've seen in westerns, like you said, Way of the Dragon, other martial arts movies might not always be like a bar or an establishment, but it might be like a town or something like that. So
yeah,
charming. This sheriff is a dick.
Yes, he is a dick.
This is Bucho.
Second.
Oh no, the actor from
yeah, it's
Desperado.
Joaquin del Almeida.
If you want to see in a reality TV based setting to see some of the stuff that we have in Australia, there's a great TV show called Below Deck Down Under.
Yeah.
Is that the yacht one, Erin?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all amazing. There's different ones. There's Below Deck. There's Below Deck Down Under, which I like, and there's Below Deck Super Yachts or something like that, and Mediterranean.
I'll give that a look. I'll look that up. Is it what? It's below decks or below? Say again?
Below Deck Down Under.
Okay, below that down under. I'll look that up.
It's basically how the rich party.
Okay, okay.
What is this dude from?
Joaquin Della. Well, the first thing I remember from was the villain in Fast Five.
Crooked cups, crooked cups, crooked cups, crooked cups.
Wait, is that the theme song?
Roadhouse, the musical.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm sure we'll be getting that in due course here.
Larry just popped in right when you were talking about musicals.
Coming to a Tony Ward near you.
2024 is the year of the musicals, guy. So you're right on time.
So yeah, she's kind of laying out the whole situation with her. Father works for Brandt, and the Roadhouse is like his last kind of last bit of territory for him to have like a full grip on all the businesses of the community in the Florida Keys.
Brad, when are we watching Meet the Spartans?
Really? You're gonna
never.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Aaron.
Sorry.
Aaron is she's the voice of reason on all of this. And I've got really of all times when I'm in such a great mood, you're gonna bring that up. Come on.
Oh my god.
How are you liking the movie, William?
Good.
And how's it going? Want to drop in for Roadhouse?
Hi, Clint.
William, you hear us?
Okay. Here's another little bit of a.
Hello.
How's it going, Clint?
Hey, Clint.
Stop, Clint.
Hey, Clint.
Have you seen the new Roadhouse yet? Or is this your first time?
He's on mute.
Clint?
Yeah, I'm on mute because my parents listen to the TV really
Oh.
loud, and you'll get to hear a baseball game.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But
Have you seen
Here
this
we
yet,
go.
Clint?
James says I should have made a comedy with Chris Pratt and have James Gunn direct it, probably.
Oh, it's not such a bad idea. Chris Pratt and like a more humorous take
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
No, I
Surprise.
haven't yet.
Okay, so you're kind of coming with it. Okay, this is another area where I really praised the remake for kind of taking something, taking elements of the original, kind of retooling them to fit this new version of Dalton. And anybody who's seen the original Roadhouse, Dalton, Patrick Swayze's Dalton, he's a bouncer. His legend kind of precedes him. And part of his legend is that he once killed a guy, he ripped his throat out, and you find out a little bit later in the movie that he's actually dealing with a lot of guilt from that, because the actual incident was that he was with this girl who didn't tell him that she was married, and her husband found out and pulled a gun on him, and he killed the guy in self-defense, tore his throat out, and he's been dealing with the guilt and the PTSD of that ever since. And Dalton, this is where the movie really starts to really kind of get a little bit clearer about his where he's coming from and where he's been through in his MMA career. We saw little flashes to his last fight, and we see now that he's very reluctant to use physical force at all. And because of that, that all stems from this last fight he had. And the movie stops short it stops just like an inch short of telling you like what the outcome of the fight was, but it's very, 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 very heavily implied that the other guy didn't make it, as we see here. And that was something I really appreciated about this one, was that again, Dalton, he's still dealing with PTSD, he's still dealing with guilt, he's still dealing with these issues from a past incident, but it's rooted in something different. It's like the first one was it was a him or me situation. It was legitimate self-defense, and this one was that he let his pride and his desire to win get the best of him. Huh?
Spoiler?
Oh, come on, it's playing out right in front of you right now.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a fashionista here. But no man or woman should be wearing a bloody salmon suit.
Yeah, I agree. I would not be caught dead in a suit like that.
Man, not hearing you in pain, Brad, is just it's just missing something.
Me breaking down like all this stuff philosophically is just so boring, isn't it?
It's just missing something, Brad. It's just missing something.
Wait until we get to the end fight. I'm telling you, you're gonna like hear me just go bananas.
Oh boy, a choreographed fight that took them 18 hours to film 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's I mean, all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into that. I mean, just the human achievement of creating something that will last forever and will be a testament to physical might and fighting skill. Yes, of course. No, we can't. No, we're not interested.
So
in that.
how is it like the raid?
Huh? Oh, the raid's because the raid's full of all that. It's also everything I was just laying out there too about Dalton's backstory. I'm kind of curious about if Doug Liman has seen either Hard Target 2 or Boyka Undisputed 4, which those are two Scott Adkins movies, which those both have that plot device of where he's playing an MMA fighter who inadvertently kills an opponent in a fight, and that kind of informs his character arc. So this is the third movie I've seen. That's kind of been the foundation of the protagonist character arc. So I'm kind of wondering if he took some inspiration from those.
I know what's missing, Brad.
What's missing?
It's the pain in your voice when you're like describing scary movie plot lines and stuff. You don't have that pain.
Yeah, I don't have that pain because I'm happy I'm watching the beauty of human fighting skill and testosterone and all that. It's like, yeah, I don't have that, so I'm happy. So, and because I don't have that, I'm happy. I'm much more level set. I don't raise my voice. I don't go off the line on it. So there you go. That's why it's so much better.
I didn't know you were so into testosterone, Brad, but good on you.
Tell us how you really feel, Brad.
I really feel this movie's awesome and every scary movie sucks. That's how I feel.
That's a serious mullet going on right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Connor is pretty much just playing Connor in this movie.
I think his acting's fine. I don't know why people are trashing him as an actor. Like, he's just playing
he's actually for a first timer, he's pretty good here.
Yeah, I think it's quite decent, like, to be fair.
For a first timer, he's all right.
Yeah.
I would like him to try and pull a different accent, though.
Jesse Eisenberg's about to step up.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
there was a freaking map of Australia in lights. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
With the band.
Yeah.
Look. Did you see it?
Do you see what?
Yeah, right there. I see it. Yeah, right behind them. Yeah, it's the one right there that's like with the neon lights. Yeah.
Yeah, in the neon lights.
Guy does look like Jesse Eisenberg. I
guess
must
the
admit.
Roadhouse gets a lot
Who
of
looks like Jesse Eisenberg? Oh, the
guy
main
who just
bouncer.
clubbed with
The
golf
main
club there.
kid bouncer.
Yeah.
He just wanted to punch somebody around him. He knew enough not to punch one of the people who were actually fighting. He went and punched some random person.
So guy drinking his margarita.
Yeah, for sure, exactly.
This
That was good.
is kind of getting into the fourth thing here.
That was a nice little flip into the bar to the forehead. That was cool.
Yeah. This is getting a little bit of what Fourth was saying here about how some of the camera tricks they do, where it's they maintain like this long tracking shot, but it's multiple shots individually, kind of stitched together, where it's they mass cuts, and like a part of the way they do that is somebody will get punched and they'll get sent off in the corner, and the camera like sweeps over really quick to hide that cut.
You know, you could probably attribute who did it first with the particular camera set that we're talking about. James Gunn. He first got on the red Komodos, which are cameras the size of baseballs, so they can move them around quickly. And so,
Okay.
swing them around action the way he did in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that
Or
Harley
the-
Quinn fight was
or the
pretty good. I'll
hallway
give him
scene
that.
on Guardians 3.
Did he do it in Guardians?
With the hallway scene.
Yeah, the big Guardians hallway kind of action scene.
James Gunn version of a Daredevil fight.
Yeah.
I never saw Guardians. Those
All right,
little
they
red
got-
Komodos that they use are only like $5,000 used now.
Yeah. The Guardian. That actually is. I'm not a big fan of Guardians movies, but that one moment was actually pretty cool. It was like seeing the Guardians in the raid.
Managed to get that in there, didn't you?
Oh,
I have
Yeah, hey, Brad. One is a really good movie though. Part 1 is really good actually.
What?
I think it's really good. Guardians 1 is actually really good. I think.
well, it's.
I'm not so much for 2
I'm
and
not even
3,
like.
but-
I'm not a hater. They're just not really my
Right.
cup of tea.
I think it
Mango,
hits
yeah.
on a
Here we
lot of
go.
the comic shit.
First Dalton versus Knox SmackDown.
We found out Brad's cup of tea. Grown men fighting each other with sweat and testosterone. But hey, good for him.
Yeah. I could have told you that without
Nothing
you
wrong with
having
that.
to find it out, but I'll also here's a little bit of behind the scenes trivia I'll add, and actually a little bit of a personal plug. The second unit director / stunt coordinator on this was a fellow named Mr. Garrett Warren. He's of course quite the fight choreographer and stunt coordinator in the business. He's worked on a lot of things like he was on Immortals. He was on what else did he do? He did the Avatar movies with Cameron. He did also lead a Battle Angel, and that was pretty cool because I actually got to interview him for that a couple of years ago. And so he came back for this, and he's awesome dude. He's also second unit director on Logan. So
Do these choreography teams have specific names of like? Does like Snyder's team have a name? I know there were some other ones like in the 90s. Teams of groups
not offhand, I couldn't tell you. Like, I mean, the one that
Like
comes
like
to
a
mind,
football
obviously, is
playbook or
87.
something.
Well, I mean, obviously, the one that comes to name is like 11, or also Marshall Club. They're getting pretty big now. But
That knife drop that everybody does. That's you see that on a lot of shit where they
Yeah.
drop the knife to one hand and another in a knife fight and stab.
This is cool.
Oh, where did I watch
This is cool too. I actually enjoyed these POV shots of like they sprinkle in of like guys when showing
They're
the
boxing,
opponent
yeah.
and throwing the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Garrett, he's an awesome guy to talk to. He's got he's done all kinds of great work, and it's cool seeing him on the come up between Alita and Avatar and now Roadhouse. Also, Steve Brown was also a fight coordinator on this. He's worked on things like he was on BVS. He was on Wonder Woman. He what else did he do? I'll pull other IMDb's up. I got list off some of their credits here.
I love the fact that the band's still playing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Titanic
The show must
scene.
go on.
This is true.
Like five
Yeah.
people. There's still 5 members in the audience chilling. So
Well,
Yeah, they're
unless
not
it-
listening.
unless
Doesn't matter. We're still gonna play.
I was going to say Spidey, unless Brad like obviously plays a tune on the stream, then the show's off, isn't it?
that's right.
Yes, of course. Blame Brad as always. Yeah, Steve Brown, got him here. Yeah, he was also on at Logan, Avatar: The Way of the Water, and on Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman. And Guardians 3, he did some on Cobra Kai, he did some on Bullet Train, The Mandalorian. So yeah, he's been around too.
Is Wu Ping still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I think he's up there now, so he's maybe kind of taking a little bit of a sabbatical, but of course he's obviously a legend.
Wu Ping is the dude from Kill Bill.
The choreographer
for what?
No, The Matrix.
Okay.
The choreographer. Oh yeah, he did. Kill Bill. Yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to watch those films with you guys.
Yeah, they're so much better than
Kill
Scary
Bill.
Movie, and Kill Bill's nearly as bloody as The Raid.
Be patient.
You
Be
set him up,
patient,
I'll knock
Ruth.
him back.
Be patient, Ruth. You can get Brad suffering, and then you can delay your gratification and get Kill Bill later, so you get everything.
Okay, so yeah, listen off some of Garrett's work here.
So you get your full riches of Brad.
I'd say Kill Bill's bloodier than The Raid.
Yeah, it's got quantifiably got much more blood. I used that for as a segue. But he got Garrett's work. He did. He was.
Wait,
this
guy's rich, but he's drinking a regular bottle of Makers. What?
Yeah. So what
where's
else
his
on?
like $1 million champagne?
He's down at his luck.
Where's his Lex Luthor? He's on his yacht. Where's his Lex Luthor at? Where's his Lex Luthor champagne at?
Garrett
I got $30. I can give him $30. He's not the man now. It's just $30, guy. Relax. No need to trash a bar over a bottle of Makers, guy.
Let's see, Garrett. He was also on The One. He was on Cradle to the Grave. He was on The Rundown with The Rock.
Rundown's not that great, but I will. We were talking about it before, Brad. The One is a very even though you kind of lose out because it's Jet Li versus Jet Li in 2001 CGI. Still, the idea behind The One is a pretty good movie, and it was doing multiverse. Before they were doing multiverse. Right.
Yeah.
No, they tried to give him an accent.
Would you say?
Give him what?
I thought all that
No, they
movie.
tried to give Lee a Texas accent.
Oh no, he
Jet
sounded
Li?
like you're talking about what's his ass? Jason Statham sounded like a fucking cartoon mobster out of Looney Tunes. It sounded like a Looney Tunes.
One time you don't see him without his Cockney accent, and it's like we. And ever since
and this shit is ridiculous in that movie. That is a funny. He plays that serious too, but that shit is hilarious the way he talks the whole movie. But he plays it serious.
Did you know that he's also an Olympian in Commonwealth Games?
In what?
Yeah. He was an
that?
Olympic diver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diver?
And he was a diver.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he went to the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. You can actually you gotta look it up on YouTube. It's one of the few videos you'll see with him before he shaves his head.
Okay, Brad, who did the choreography for Blade 1? Because that's when martial arts started to hit my radar as like, hey, this is actually pretty gritty and cool.
I'll go ahead and look it up.
Or you're that old and you missed all that great 1970s and 80s martial arts action.
I seen it, but it was always like whatever.
Background. Yeah, I got you. I get you.
Well, I mean, there's you follow my work or follow my ride on these things. You guys probably pick up. I do try to these stunt guys and fight coordinators and stunt coordinators, things like that. I do try to give them a shout out as much as I can because all this stuff that's so central to my fandom and my near and dear to my heart. I mean, they're instrumental in that, and I've interviewed so many of them. I really do try to spotlight them as much as possible, including here on our Roadhouse.
Don't forget the assistant key grip second.
Yeah, well, whoever it was, I'm not going to remember who that guy was on Scary Movie.
It's a very cool day.
What's going on, Antonio?
Yeah. Now this is where Dalton's taking the gloves off here, and he just he's laying out exactly what he did to the guy before as he's dying.
Well, this is going on, Brad. You want to go ahead and pop up the reason why we're here, the charity?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
And you see, like when they attacked the bookstore, that's kind of what I was getting at when I said the girl and her father there. They kind of give Dalton a lot of his motivation for when he kind of loses faith in himself towards the end here, but now he's reinvigorated and he's like, no, I can't walk away from this. I have to stop this guy.
Did you see that part yet, Spidey?
What'd you say?
Did you see that part yet, Spidey?
What part?
Brad talking the future. Spoilers, Brad.
Yeah, I was thinking I haven't got up to that part yet.
Oh,
That's why I say,
oh,
Brad,
yeah.
you need to like start a little bit after everybody else, and then your shit would line up perfectly.
Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at?
We are no, you don't really got to do it, Brad. 125.48, but you don't really got to do it. We're just fucking with you, Brad. We still want we still want your input. We're just giving you shit, dude. That's all.
Okay, so you're telling me that I'm ahead when I'm not ahead. Okay.
No, you're spoiling. So if you got behind,
Okay.
then you're spoiled because you always spoil like 10, 15 seconds ahead of what is about to happen. So if you started 15 seconds after we started shit, you'd be right on time with what was going on in the movie. But that's just us joking. We're not really mad at you or anything, dude.
But here's
So
here's
what?
Go ahead, Ruth.
So what we're going to call you in future is we're going to call you Future Brad.
Yeah.
That'll be the name.
It's not
The new
a useful
name.
amount of time in the future. It's just 10 seconds in the future.
Yo, bored Brad.
I'm like the Omega 13.
Yeah,
You could,
Eobard Brad. There you go. You're like Thawne, but Brad. Eobard Brad. Eobrad Thawne. How about that? Eobrad Thawne. There you go.
No, I'm like the Omega 13 where you go back in time 13 seconds.
Okay. I don't know. Eobrad Thawne's pretty good. I don't know. Fourth was onto something there. That's pretty cool.
Where are you guys at? I had to actually. It jumped me ahead.
I
comes
am
in
at
after we just gave the timestamp.
I'm at
127.10.
Because I'm ahead of you
right
guys.
after he's had his flashback to his.
Okay, I'm
how
not that
his
far ahead.
fighting-
All right.
Yeah, how his fighting career ended in track.
Yeah, that
again,
was brutal.
that's something actually I really do appreciate with how they handle this, where it's like they never come right out and say that he killed that guy, but it's extremely.
You see them
heavily
coming in with
implied.
those oxygen things. He's okay. Even if he lived, he's not the same person again. I'm at the part where he's at the.
Yeah, he's sneaking up on the
Oh,
cop.
like
Let me know when you guys get. Hold on. Let me know when you guys get to 128.20.
Okay.
Okay, we're about 25 seconds out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
One and again, it's a nice flip, I thought, from like Dalton. You know, the way he killed the guy in self-defense. You know, in the original.
I'm gonna hit play on my end.
It was the fact that he's still dealing with the guilt of that in the original, but the fact that it was still. It was a legitimate. You know, he wasn't acting out
19,
of like pride
20,
or anything.
21.
Like,
All right, we're hitting there, William. 23,
I got it.
24.
That's like Ray Boom Boom Mancini when he killed that one guy. That ruined his career.
Yeah,
it was.
That's what I like. That's what I liked about this is again, it's like Dalton. It's like he had, even though it's he's dealing with the PTSD of that so much in the original. It still was a defensible thing where it's the guy pulled the gun on him, but here it's like Dalton. It's this road. Dalton, he's on much more of a redemption story.
This wasn't defensible because the fight was over. The guy, he ignored the ref's instructions.
Down.
He could have been sued or whatever happened, you know. But you do that in a real combat sports world, your world is shit.
Antonio, we're at 129.11. Antonio.
I mean, he's lucky that he's not in prison for that.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump out because I'm actually watching it. I want to bring the volume up, and I'll come back after it's over, or just when it's over. All right.
And Antonio, yes, we are at timestamp 129.30.
Yep.
You killed that cop.
Yeah, at this point, it's like the gloves are off. He's like, I'm not doing this, slapping guys and telling them, we'll call it a draw anymore.
Is there any part of training, Brad, where they teach you how to punch a person in the head to knock them out without killing them?
If you knock somebody out, you've really hurt them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, do you mean like training or like specifically like punch, like to knock
it
out?
Doesn't work like. I was being hyperbolic, but like I was asking if there's teachings where you could just hit a button on the back of someone's head just to turn them off.
Well, yeah,
like the Vulcan death grip or some shit like this. Is that what you're saying?
Back of their head, you're probably going to kill them. You do that.
Yeah. there's a law here in my state of New South Wales where it's called the one punch law, where it was mostly because of a lot of drunk people that will get angry and punch somebody in the face and knock them out. It's a deterrent to stop people from getting violent and attacking people and stuff, because a lot of people ended up either dead or paralyzed or just
Or dealing with
having
brain
to learn how
damage.
to walk again. So it's high prison time if you do that.
If you punch him once and you knock somebody out, or if you just punch somebody in the face once.
If
What's
you
the
punch-
statute?
If both, it's for both.
Oh,
Well, like yeah, if you like yeah, like you
But
said,
it's to the face.
yeah,
the
if you
head
punch,
area.
somebody and you've knocked them out, it's like, I mean, you've done some damage there.
it's also not so much even just the punch that knocked him out. You drop ragdoll to the floor, probably hit your head.
Yeah, but you can punch him in like for self defense. You can punch him in like the abdominal area and that. But the head is like, in my state, it's a no go area because of the amount of people have died or.
Well,
Gordon's
what
out here looking for
Learn how to-
those
how to-
fucking
learn how to
knockout
walk
cheat
again.
codes on people.
what
But-
happens if you get punched in the face? It's usually the chin that knocks people out
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
or the
makes your
temple.
head spin so fast that your brain hits inside your skull.
or the temple, yeah. But it's like, so it's like, I would guess, Aaron, that so punching the face, but is like an open hand allowed? That applies to the head.
It's a punch, not an open hand slap.
This motherfucker crashed into a tree.
No, like no palm or anything.
What's going on, Taladia?
Okay,
Off
with us,
screen,
Hi,
with us
Taladia.
being martial artists, we can cause somebody really bad damage without even like punching them in the head or anything.
Yeah.
We can have open hand strikes that we can use in that. So we pretty much got a loophole, right?
Okay.
Brad, fourth, you guys walk around. William, you guys walk around in those Conor McGregor shorts he's got on. Is that the new
I'd
look?
rock them.
Yeah.
I'd rock them.
I think
Yeah, it's
William's
like
got him in purple for his Incredible Hulk. He's got him in green. He's got them all different colors.
I was gonna say, Spidey. I don't know if you heard, but off screen he crashed the Ferrari too when he parked it when he
Oh,
first
really?
showed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
he knocked all their bikes over, but it was off screen. You just
But
heard it.
that crash into the wall, that's up there. That's not up there all the way with District 13, Brad, but District B13. But that's one. That's
Yeah,
one of those stupid
guy
things
running
that
out the window
when you
in the
see
road.
ridiculous shit like that, sometimes it's just surreal to me, and it's just funnier than whatever point they're trying to make.
Well, again, that's they clearly wanted to play upon Connor's UFC persona. Let's say with his
B13 played that scene so fucking straight, and that's got to be the funniest thing ever put on film, dude. Unintentional or not. Are you watching Roadhouse with us, Taladia? We'll give you a timestamp if you want. It's on Amazon Prime. For about 1:34:10. Hit us back for a timestamp if you want. So William, we're doing Beekeeper next week.
Is he on?
I think he's listening, and he'll get back to us. If not, we can start trash talking him. Either way, it works. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, no, you guys
Really
trash
worth it.
on me because with all the scary movie nonsense.
When's William's birthday?
The beginning of time. Zero, negative 14 million BC. That's when his fucking birthday is.
BC or AD?
BC. When the sun was getting formed, he looked at it fondly as like things are starting to change now, dude.
He stepped out of the surf and stood erect in the sun.
Yeah, he's like Fucking around, floating around these rocks have sucked for so long. I'm glad to see new things happening out here.
Like when they have that scale of evolution where the fish is coming out of the water. It was just Williams'
Yeah.
picture.
Meanwhile, me,
Yeah, exactly.
Liner about me is that I'm the fetus of man on the chart
Yeah.
in terms of like our age gap.
If I don't get William to say "fuck you, Clint" at least once a night, I've done something wrong.
There you go.
Oh, William, get back on here and handle that.
Me and him talk so much shit. It's so funny.
Yeah,
That's what I love about is that he. I mean, he's almost like the Joker in the Dark Knight here. Where it's like he hires him to take out Dalton, but the guy is so unstable. It's like he completely derails the plan he has to. It's like he's just so
Agent of Chaos.
Yeah,
almost. Brett. His dad hired him to take out Dalton.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter because it's like it's his approach to doing so is so. It's just
How do you
so
guys like the
based on-
video game grenade after effect? Like if you get hit with a flashbang in Call of Duty, that's what happens. That's cool though.
Oh, you were on
He
fire.
thought that was
You punched him and he fell back in the water, so his shoulders.
So he saved his life, right? Except for he's
Now you're
drowning now because
you're burned and drowned. Man, none of you guys could pull a gun out to save their life.
see, that was a perfect time to say checkmate right there, dude. If we were in the 80s, bro, that would have been a great time
That's
to say
like
checkmate.
one liner. That would have been good, yeah.
Someone's got to bring the one-liners back.
Well, like Dalton, like he has a good one in the original when he's in the final fight in Brad Wesley's house, and he's got one of the guys has got a knife on him, and he disarms him, and he grabs the knife and sticks him in the torso, and he goes tails again.
Yeah, they got to bring the one-liners back. I think that's all that's missing from this movie.
Antonio wants to do a Top Gun Maverick watch along.
Oh, we can definitely do that. We can definitely do that.
You know what we should do? A
What's that?
Scott Adkins movie watch party.
Oh yeah,
You can pick the your favorite Scott Adkins movie, and we'll do a watch party with it.
I would definitely be down for that.
I can't wait for October when I bribe William.
I might even pick specifically Undisputed 4 because that's so much better.
What's the best Scott Adkins movie? Doctor Strange or what?
Well, I would probably
Scott Adkins and Doctor was he in
yeah,
what
he
you
was
call
one
it,
of the
crew?
Doctor Strange.
And he was in Mad Mikkelsen's crew.
Yeah, he was the one who has
Yeah.
like the spirit fight scene with Doctor Strange.
He'll get his
He
Hollywood
was,
break.
he's the so-called Deadpool on Origins.
Oh
Wolverine
yeah,
Origins.
Wolverine Origins. Yeah.
That movie's terrible, man.
Yeah, when he and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, they've all completely
Played the
dissed
roles
that.
before incorrectly.
I mean,
Oh, man.
Scott has gone as far as to say it's like he easily. I remember when the first one was coming out. He said, "Yeah, I was part." He said, "I was part
You're
of the problem."
you're a little far away from your mic again, I think, Brad. I'm not sure.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, he said I was part of the problem there with the proto dead Baraka pool. I think it's everybody kind of calls him now. It's weird because it is actually a pretty good fight scene at the end of the Wolverine Origins.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place, and they just
Yeah,
I mean,
Undisputed 4.
he would have still done if they would have made him Deadpool. I mean, they didn't really have the eyes and shit ready back then. If they would have made him the proper Deadpool, you still would have had Scott Atkins under the costume.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you would have had the gun.
Okay,
play
that
and
was
the
like
swords.
the coolest jump from one boat to another ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Undisputed 4, like I'm saying that. There are two of them.
They make their way-
Hard Target 2 and Undisputed 4. Those both. And Undisputed 4 is, I mean, probably one of his best ones.
Are they ever going to make their way back to the Roadhouse?
Again?
Oh, going in circles in the boat here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there's no Roadhouse for a while now.
Right.
Oh, that's going to change.
No.
Been a lot of office buildings and and meandering around outside parking lots, right?
Oh, he just got thrown across the whole beach
Okay.
there.
That was awesome. I just wish the camera would have followed the guy like landing into the building instead of like
Yeah.
focusing on the boat. That would have been awesome.
The boat, that was the
I
money.
don't know
That was the
about you,
budget.
but I'm getting a little bit of motion sickness watching these.
Really?
Yeah.
With the wavy camera we were talking about.
Yeah.
Some of the bobbing or the waving.
Well, you might want to just buckle up in a second here. That's all I'll say.
So this movie has Parkinson cam.
No,
Yeah, I guess that's a way of saying it.
It
Oh
does
my
have very.
god. Oh no, god.
Michael J. Fox vision.
I wouldn't say it's
Oh,
that.
no.
It's shaky. It's just really wavy.
Yeah. Well,
It's like there's like a swing to it. There's a
very
swing to it
sweeping.
for sure.
It's very. It's yeah. Look, yeah. Only Conor McGregor would do this, or just put out his hand to a car running right up to it. Like,
It's not all Greengrass here.
yeah, but there's a lot of sweeping camera work, so it's like you feel like you're being taken for a ride the whole time.
Oh yeah. I don't know whether anybody's been on a roller coaster, but yeah.
Yeah, another 10-second from the future spoiler or warning, maybe is the way I should put it. And I hope she's got insurance on this place.
Oh, jeez. I posed that question earlier. What happened to the Roadhouse? Because when I was watching this, I was thinking that for real or sincerely, and that's where they crash land into. Well, a great way to tie it back in.
So
Now does she now own the boat because it's now on a property? Finders keepers.
Amazon's market research has you down pat for it. They knew exactly when you were going to ask and satisfied you. It took a lot of data mining and figuring out your shopping list and getting in your emails to figure out exactly when you were going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Right in the jaw, Brad. He kicked right under his jaw.
Yeah, he
that
roundhouse
would have fucked his whole shit up. Unless he was braced for that. That's
okay,
it.
This is what I was talking about, Aaron. So here we go. Brace yourself.
Get your barf bag right here.
Yeah. Oh god! And after I saw, so you guys may have seen the first thing I did. I went on Twitter and Vero, and I said, "Holy shit! This final fight."
Speedo fight.
The battle of the 5'8".
Yeah.
I like how they swing into Connor's leg when he kicked like there. Kind of give a little impact to it.
And then, this is you were asking me like to kind of comment on the different martial arts employed in the fight scenes here. This is why it's my favorite one of the movie because it is MMA. I mean, this is such an eclectic. You see like almost a taekwondo of kickboxing, of judo and BJJ and.
How many you see a couple of good knees in there
these
as well.
guys take without being concussed?
Yeah. Well, this is also this you have to think this is the fight or flight response too. So.
And also, I can see a little bit of that.
Yes, Sagan Savat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put so much into this.
Question for the ladies: who do you think has the better build?
Don't forget to include Brad in that question.
Yeah. That tape down there.
That tells me he's ripped like Jake Gyllenhaal is right here.
I'm in pretty good shape, but it's like I'm not.
Yeah, when he says he finally comes on stream, not Avatar, he's going to be shirtless just to show me up.
I never said that.
Yeah, William signing checks Brad's ass can't cash or won't. Yeah, but these little camera angles in this fight are pretty interesting, actually. They add some impact to what you're seeing. Just not,
Yeah, don't worry about, like obviously just unmasking yourself, Brad. You've got to come
gotta
on the
completely
stream like
strip.
semi-naked.
Yeah, see, Ruth wants you shirtless. That's going to be between you and
Oh
her.
God, I
William
love that
wants
throw
a-
there. I love
William
that
wants a
throw
Brad
there.
Burlesque show.
I've been
Brad,
doing intermittent fasting for a couple of months now too, to kind of because I did want to get a little bit more trim, so that may also.
Oh, you got a
help
pot
there.
belly now? Is that what you're saying?
No, I've got that the goal is to have, when you do intermittent fasting, the goal is to have the opposite of a pot belly, and I didn't have one before, so.
Oh, look at you.
William has a Sister Kim's belly.
That's right.
Yep.
About to add to it here in a couple minutes.
Well, somebody
No,
has
just-
to give Sister Kim's
Oh shit.
grandchildren a college.
Next Saturday, I'm getting Sister Kim's.
Oh God.
So Brad, I like how he everything. I mean, it's just from a movie standpoint, not the actual technicality,
Yeah.
but how he's trying to evade the choke. Right, he punched
Yeah.
him in the face, then he brought him back into the table. Like
And-
they,
and that
usually in a
was,
movie they'll try to punch him in the side a couple of times or smash him against the wall, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You can also see
Ah.
bit of wrestling as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got him
And
in the
now,
gut.
and now this is just straight up knife fighting they're going into here with just with wooden spikes. So it's like Salat, or they're
Yeah,
bringing
it's a
it
lot.
too.
Yeah, or Kali.
Oh,
look at-
that
look
was
at
oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have to suspend a little disbelief, like how many times somebody can be stabbed in the torso and survive in this movie.
I mean, we've already seen people get knocked out and gun butted and get right back up. So it's the movie
I
reality.
mean, God, I have played this final fight probably like 10 times since I saw this movie on Thursday night.
Was this Metallica?
Yeah.
Sandman?
Well, no, it's
Okay.
Rina Sawayama's cover of Iron Sandman.
Got it.
Hold on,
Yeah, not everyone is Paul Atreides and getting stabbed.
No, this is like now they're going straight.
Look at the groundwork.
A-OK Atreides, right? Right.
Yeah, here we go.
Ooh,
Look at- oh
shit.
man, this is like
Fuck.
the raid.
And also, you can also see a bit of
Oh, he's working
Brazilian jiu-jitsu as well.
yeah, some BJJ in there definitely.
that escalated.
Yeah,
It's been escalating the
Oh,
whole time,
God.
William. They've been going at it for like 10 minutes.
ball is in
Yeah,
your
but it
court,
went
monkey,
up.
man.
up, yeah.
It went up. Damn.
So does this satisfy your 3Ds at all, William?
There's been no dismemberments, but it's good enough.
What were the
What
3Ds
was
dismembering?
stabbing
That's
is
dismemberment and destruction.
dismemberment?
2 out of
his eye's
3
out of
Ds
his
ain't bad.
socket.
I'll take this.
Maybe he dislocated his eye socket a little bit. Maybe his eye's hanging around there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get
Oh,
a
dude,
dislocation beat there.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah,
A
you can use that one,
a D on
dislocation's
technicality.
the whole movie.
Yeah, a technical D. 3Ds
It was
technical.
just useless. This sheriff was useless throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, he kind of was.
That
He
subplot
really
was
just
kind
didn't
of
know.
death, dismemberment, destruction, and dislocation.
In parentheses. Just in
Well, I
case.
guess he's serving his purpose now. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
How'd you like that fight, William?
That
God,
fight
that
was pretty entertaining. It, like I
that
said, it
fight was
escalated
rad.
mid-fight. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
shit.
That fight was fucking rad.
That's a dislocated eye, Brad.
Oh
See?
yeah, that's like an orbital.
It's
that was
rolling
like an
around
orbital
in there.
fracture there.
When he gets it fixed, both eyes won't be facing the same direction.
And
anymore.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like, Dalton's like he is like semi-immortal or semi-invincible. It's like he gets stabbed.
Yeah, he
He
should have
walks
been
it
dead.
off.
A
Fine.
second ago,
walks it off.
Oh, and
shit.
by the way, go ahead, Aaron.
Okay,
Aaron, yeah.
Okay. Conor McGregor stabbed him,
Yeah.
and then he took the thing that was out from him that he was stabbed, and then stabbed
The
him.
blood
with
out
the
right
thing
there.
that- yeah,
Mhm.
like even if he did survive,
What you guys
Like,
don't know
could
is
you
muscles
get
are like internal
hepatitis C?
band-aids.
Yeah. Well, and
Okay.
that's I will say this. This is avoiding spoilers, but there is an end credit scene we're going to be seeing in a few minutes here. So just watch
Is
out.
it as good as the scary movie Doofy end credit scene?
Oh, it's way better.
Oh, okay.
We'll be the judge
So
of
it's
that.
so it's like
Yeah,
like
we're
the
still-
Cloverfield wounds.
And she says, "Yeah, we're still open. The place is trashed. We got a car in the middle and a boat in the middle of it, but we're still open."
That speaks to the positive attitude you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, a positive attitude that says she's never watched a scary movie in her life.
Where hospital did he go to?
Yeah, he went to
Oh,
the
the Florida
hospital. I've
hospital.
got duct tape and
Exactly.
staples.
The world is held together by duct tape and super glue.
Well, that's definitely how Dalton's held together.
It's all good. He'll just eat a little bit of ramen and he'll be good as new, dude.
Yeah,
Just like that.
Yeah, Robitussin.
go through 10 more fights.
There you go. Motussin, the Chris Rock joke. That's the only joke you know I have. William.
Yeah, just put the water in there, stir it up, more Robitussin.
Antonio has a question about The Boys. He's got a question about Austin Butler and Dune 2 as far as choreography goes. So maybe we could touch on
Yeah, I
both
think
of
I
those.
have seen that. And when is The Boys? We have to watch that.
I think it's coming up here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Within the next month or so.
Another season of The Boys?
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I'm
Gen
looking,
V yet,
looking
but
forward to that. Oh, Gen V is absolutely fantastic.
I haven't seen.
Yeah,
But they said it
I'm
plays
enjoying
right
Gen
off
V.
of Gen V. So
How many seasons do they have planned for The Boys? I think they should be.
they claimed 5 initially, but they
Yeah,
said
but they're
a lot of
going into
shit,
4 right now.
I thought we were. Wait, I thought we were going into 5. We're going into 4.
No, Gen V was its own sideshow. So
But yeah, I sincerely hope she has insurance on that place.
Oh, she's got a bunch of money now. So.
He gave the wrong people the money.
Well, no, their bookstore got burned down too, so they needed to maybe like give them half and gave her the other half. And credits.
For Fred.
Oh yeah, I loved it. So, and of course you've all seen Rad Brad here, which is so much better than Mad Brad. So there's no need to do Mad Brad anymore.
well,
but
EO
the numbers don't reflect that, though.
EO Brathon.
Absolutely no reason.
10,200, so I'm not impressed by our Rad Brad. So.
Well, no, they're just holding
Damn,
off.
William
until
came
they-
at your whole neck, dude.
No, they're
What's
just
happening?
holding off. They're withholding their donations because they're all dicks.
Antonio says that if I'm reading him rightly, Antonio thinks that Boys comes out in June to answer those people's questions.
Okay.
Are you a fan of The Boys, though, William? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it too much.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, like I said, I remember reading the source material back when it first came out, and I think
It's a lot different than the book. There's some similarities, but it's its own beast. So
Yeah, sad, despondent, mad Brad is so much better.
No, he's not. I mean, listen to me right now. It's like I've got people. There's probably people who've never seen the original Roadhouse who will now because of me. So that's important. That's like that means something. People are discovering.
Well, they
this
used
80s
Post Malone's
classic
real
now.
name.
wait. Didn't Ruth advertise it first by saying it was in Amazon Prime? So isn't that her credit that she's getting people introduced to Roadhouse 1?
Okay, I think the end credits scene's coming up in a second here. So
William, while we're waiting for that, what's the turning point in the music selection tonight?
Turning point for what?
Comic turning point and music selection.
I don't have one yet. Music selection is the old sound score and soundtrack.
What soundtrack?
Hold on.
Got it.
Please,
okay, I think it should be right here. There it goes. Here it is.
I saw way too much of this guy's ass in this movie.
So
Yep.
I guess Roadhouse 2 in a year or two here.
Roadhouse 2.
With Knox having survived like 8 stab wounds to the chest.
He walks like that chicken hawk from Looney Tunes.
Like the dog,
Yeah.
like the dog.
The little chicken guy who thinks he's all tough.
Oh yeah, on Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right. Well, we stayed stuck at 10-2, so I guess we're gonna go back to the misery,
It was the chicken hawk.
scary movies and shit like that. So, all right. Well, I gotta get the show ready for 8. So,
Okay. Yeah, everybody's.
Dang, you've been streaming all day today, William.
Yeah, off and on, but like I
Did
said,
you
I've been
get
doing other
did
stuff.
you get your turkey burger yet? Don't miss out on your
Nah.
burger trying to get the show together.
Not yet.
But
Nah,
well,
yeah, they
I mean,
close it
everybody's
now,
kind
I
of
get
what's
it.
everybody's verdict now. You've everybody on the panel and a lot of people in the chat have now seen the new Roadhouse.
It's pretty good.
That was
Yeah, it was
decent.
nice. It's good.
It's
I
good.
prefer
I enjoyed it.
the original.
Like I
Say
said,
again?
I appreciated some of the impact shots with the camera work. So when they were fighting, I like that a lot.
Well, like I said, that final fight that I called, 2 weeks, balls in your court, Monkey Man.
William, just while you're obviously before you go, so what's the plan for next week?
Beekeeper
Oh,
or
well-
beekeeper?
Yeah, we want to say we talked about offline.
Yeah, we're gonna do but what not with those particular details. We're gonna go
Okay.
we're gonna do the Meet the Spartans for next Saturday.
Okay.
What about Scary
Yeah,
Movie 5?
Who knows? Probably gonna be somewhere around there.
Yeah, probably. Let's do it. I mean, we'll get to it eventually. Or
It'll probably be
never,
on the same day. We'll probably do 2 for Saturday next week.
Oh no, that might even be tough for me. Like I fuck around with Brad a little bit, but that might be a little too much for me.
Yeah, just give Brad just one.
I'll give you a secret,
guys.
Spider-Man.
What's that?
Don't watch the movie.
That's the trick. just enjoy
Well-
Brad. But I got to be able to go back and
you
forth
might
with
want,
the movies.
William. I'll say William mentioned there's certain details that we are not going to reveal yet. So I'll just say, I mean, pending how that may pan out, you might actually want to watch the movie that you're putting me through next. So I'll just leave it at that right now. We can't reveal anything further.
Snyder,
wrap
baby.
And we will see you guys in about a. Didn't mean to
Bye,
do it that way,
everybody. Try.
but-
Duh.